Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Justine, and as of today, I am 14 weeks pregnant. I'll be 15 weeks this weekend. Today is what? August 23rd. So I'm already into my second trimester. I thought I would make a video on how my first trimester was, which wasn't the best, but at least I'm past. You've seen previous to this, I found out on July 14th that I was pregnant, and actually ironically the day before I was really nauseous after eating dinner, and one of my aversions with Charlotte was chicken, and I ate chicken that night, and that night I just felt awful. My stomach hurt, I didn't feel good. I just chalked it up to like eating too fast, or maybe that's it, you know, didn't mesh with my body or something. But then I took the pregnancy test the next day and it was positive, and I kind of looked back on little things and was like, I should have seen this coming kind of thing. So when I found out, I assumed that I was about 5 weeks pregnant, going off of my last period. And then at my first doctor's appointment, I was actually measuring 5 days behind. So it looks like I was probably about 4 weeks when I found out, or I'm just over 14 weeks if you count from my last period. And I'm like just hitting 14 weeks if you go off of what the baby was measuring at. The doctor told me you generally don't change your date within those 5 days, unless at the anatomy scan, which is the big scan at 20 weeks. If you're still measuring back those couple days, they'll change your due date back to whatever date it is to be more precise. So anyways, some symptoms as far as finding out I was pregnant. Like I said, I was nauseous that day. And then I had been really tired, but again, like I work, I go to school, I have a toddler, those kind of things are just exhausting. So I didn't really chalk up the exhaustion to it. So the biggest thing was that nausea, but it didn't even like make me truly believe I was pregnant. So once I found out I was pregnant, I feel like all the stuff hit me. Like my boobs were even more sore than they were before, and I felt nauseous all the time. And with Charlotte, I had some nausea, but not like I have this pregnancy. So a couple weeks after finding out I was pregnant, I had a lot going on in life, and there were some stressful times, and I started getting migraines so bad that I literally couldn't function. I couldn't do life with the migraines. Every single day, taking Tylenol every single day to try to handle those, and I'm not somebody who likes to take medication if I don't have to. So I didn't want to have to take the medicine, but I literally would be out for the count for the whole day if I didn't take the medicine, versus only an hour or two if I took the medicine. So I've gone to the doctors, in and out of the hospital 3 or 4 times in those like 2-3 weeks. And after some stressors kind of let up and stuff, it went away, thankfully. So I'm super thankful that all of that let up, because it's been a lot easier since then. I'm still way more nauseous this round than I ever was with Charlotte, but I'm kind of learning how to kind of follow that. I do know generally when I'm super nauseous, it's because I'm hungry, but I've had a lot more food aversions this time as well. I don't really love eggs when I'm pregnant. I didn't with Charlotte, but I can't even smell eggs a lot of the time. Like cooking eggs is worse to me than even the idea of eating eggs. With Charlotte, I couldn't eat Chinese food or Mexican food, specifically those two. I think the biggest thing is because I got chicken in a lot of places, and I still can't eat chicken this pregnancy. But I have been trying to find other things to eat at different places, trying to like make it do for not eating chicken. So I've been okay with Chinese food and still Mexican food, but Mexican food is still hit and miss because I don't really like any of the other meats. So I either just get a quesadilla or a burrito and pick around the big hunks of chicken, which I guess what's the point of getting a chicken burrito if you're gonna pick out the chicken, but whatever. I feel like with this pregnancy, I started showing a lot sooner. I also haven't been taking pictures, which I guess it's pretty common with your second kid, but I look back at pictures with Charlotte, and even at like 12 weeks, I barely have a little belly, and 14 weeks now, and I definitely already have a belly. I'll show you my little belly. So I already have a little belly there going. So this go around, I feel like I'm definitely getting bigger faster, but I'm not really sure. As far as weight gain with Charlotte, I don't remember how fast I gained the weight. I gained 30 pounds in the entire pregnancy, so I was, I think, 160 pounds at delivery. This pregnancy, I started at 128, and at my last doctor's appointment, which was my 12-week appointment, I was 126 pounds. So this nausea and all these food aversions are really taking, my body's really taking it hard. Like, I'm not gaining weight. I still am eating quite a bit, but and I'm not really eating like the best, but I'm trying, and my doctor's not really worried as far as my weight gain and everything, but I have a feeling now that the nausea is actually wearing off, that it'll be easier for me to gain the weight. My doctor said she's not really worried as long as I start gaining around 20 weeks and then gain moving forward. I'm already a pretty petite person, so I can't really go my whole pregnancy without gaining, because I would then be losing a lot of regular weight that I had before getting pregnant, which would not be good. So I've had a couple appointments. All of them have just kind of like weighed me, checked my fundal height, and I've had some ultrasounds. So far, baby looks just on track. Everything's going well. I'm super thankful that everything has been going so well, and I'm super excited about the idea of having another baby. I mean, it's really scary, but I'm super excited. As far as gender of this baby, I am 14 weeks, which means I technically could find out, but Dart and I have decided together that we are going to be Team Green this go around, which means we will not be finding out the gender of the baby until it is born. I'm super excited about that. The idea of like just having a baby, all the endorphins that happen when you actually have your baby, but the idea of like finding out and like not knowing this whole time seems so liberating, I guess. But I'm super excited for that. I can't say it's not tempting, because I do think all the time that it would be cool to know what I was having, but I'm okay with the idea of waiting as well. As far as mental health, this pregnancy has been a lot harder, I think, because I just have so much going on. I was working full-time and in school with Charlotte's pregnancy, but it was different than this pregnancy because I have all of that and a toddler, so I have even more going on. So it's kind of hard. Like, I feel like I almost feel guilty for, I know no one really talks about this, but like I almost feel guilty for not like looking every week to see what size this baby is and what fruit it looks like, or you know, like paying so close and minute attention to all those things. And even the fact that like with Charlotte's pregnancy, like every week I was doing all this kind of research and looking up all this stuff, and now I feel like I'm like I'm 7 weeks this week, I blink and I'm 12 weeks, and it just passes by because there's so much going on. I feel like with this pregnancy things aren't new, and that's why I kind of have a harder time. Like, I'm not having to research anything or look up stuff because I've been through this, and it's not super different aside from like this being sick, but otherwise it's not really different than Charlotte's pregnancy. There's not much to like research and look up and stuff, so I feel bad, but overall I kind of understand also why it's not the same as your first pregnancy, because I've done this before. It's not my first rodeo, not my first pregnancy. I kind of know what to expect. So the one thing I do think about sometimes is that I feel like if I knew what I was having, like you can connect even more with the baby when you know what it is. Like with Charlotte, I found out at 18 weeks what she was, and from there, you know, I could call her Charlotte and I could talk to her and say Charlotte and she, and you know, plan this idea of what she was gonna be like and pick out clothes and pick out whatever, you know. So with not knowing, I can't really do those things, but realistically we have everything we could possibly need except for maybe boy clothes, and let's be real, almost all my friends have boys, so I don't think there will be a shortage of boy clothes if I have a boy. My plan is just to bring an outfit that I like for a boy to the hospital in my hospital bag, so if it is a boy, I'll have something cute boyish to bring him home in, and if it's a girl, then I'll have something cute that I had from Charlotte that I can bring her home in. So we already have names that we like on both genders, so the name is pretty much already taken care of, thankfully. Another thing that has been kind of cool is I was 16 weeks along with Charlotte when I started feeling movement, and I feel like I can already feel flutters. I think I started feeling them about 13 weeks. So it's only been like a week or two that I've been feeling them. I swore I could feel them before, but I was feeling them in areas that I knew the baby hadn't grown to, so gas bubbles. With this one in the last couple weeks, I've definitely felt flutters, and I know that that's it. I think it'll probably be a couple weeks before I actually feel like real like movement, but it's been exciting to kind of feel flutters and kind of see those things. Not really sure moving forward if I'm gonna just continue with the trimester updates or if I'll do monthly updates, but I definitely was in the place to do monthly updates with my first trimester. So I feel like my pregnancy is pretty asymptomatic. It's not anything crazy to report on, but I'll definitely keep notes of little things that go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this first trimester update. If you have any questions or you can relate to any of this kind of stuff, definitely leave it down in the comments. I love to kind of see how everybody else's pregnancies were and see if people are kind of more like me. Let me know when your nausea went away. With Charlotte, it had already gone away by now, and I'm still kind of struggling with nausea. So definitely let me know what the average is for getting rid of this nausea, because I can't wait for it to be gone. I can't wait to be able to like not be nauseous all day and having to eat little snacks every half an hour to hour just to stop the nausea. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it, and we'll see you in my next video. Bye!